This is a box. Let's archive. So this is a box for an MSI GeForce 1660 Ti. That's in this lurid green here. The 1660 Ti is Nvidia's kind of mid-range card at the moment. It's a modern card at the time I'm making this video. So here we have the features. We've got Turing shaders, so Turing, that's the Nvidia architecture. GDDR6, that's the memory that's on it. DirectX 12 is Microsoft's API, I believe is the term. So it's the standard for game software on Windows. Ansel is a weird Nvidia screenshot utility, effectively. There's a small community of people who engage in in-game photography, so taking pretty screenshots in a game. And Ansel is a utility that helps with that. It lets you kind of pause the game and fly around in a scene. You can zoom in, you can get really fine details on things that are in the distance with it. And it lets you get really nice photos in a game, basically. So that's on the box as well. Nvidia Ansel is on the box. So let's have a look at the side here. So this side, we just have, it says there's 6 GB of GDDR6, and we have the name and model number again. Spinning it around to the other side, you have a retailer sticker here. That's from scan.co.uk, I think, I recognise that. And we have some more details on the card just there. Along the top of the box, much the same. Along the bottom we have some fine print, so this is in a lot of different languages. I'm just going to focus in on the English stuff. So we have a warning for potential cancer and reproductive harm, and a link to p65warnings.ca.gov, so that's California Proposition 65. Now, that doesn't mean there's actually anything harmful in it necessarily, it just means there might be. Unfortunately, Proposition 65 has resulted in this warning being on pretty much everything, so you don't actually have a way of knowing which are potentially harmful and which aren't. So, yeah, there's some regulation that didn't work. I don't want to get political though. And here in English we see powered by Nvidia GeForce GTX series GPU. So the actual chip on here that does the graphics processing, that's an Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Ti chip, and then the card is the MSI Armor OC edition. Nvidia CUDA technology with CUDA C and C++, so that's the C and C++ programming languages, and Direct Compute 5.0 support. So those are things that let you use the graphics card to do more general kind of maths and number crunching. We have Nvidia PhysX technology support, so that's a set of software libraries that use the graphics card to do physics calculations, so you can have cool effects in games like destructible terrain, or just lots of objects that have physics simulations going on. And full support for Microsoft DirectX 12 and OpenGL 4 and 5. So OpenGL 4 and 5, those are more open APIs that let you run games on different platforms. DirectX 12 is just Windows. It used to be Windows 10 only, but I think they've opened it up to Windows 7 now, the older version. So that's the base of the box. Let's flip that box over now. So got all kinds of stuff on the back here. So let's read that across the top. The GeForce GTX 1660 Ti is powered by Nvidia Turing architecture, bringing incredible performance to the latest games. Get game ready with GTX. That's fair enough. I mean, you know, this graphics card is mid-range. It will play any modern game for sure. You know, not necessarily at the highest resolution or the most aggressive settings, but they'll all run. So we have a variety of features here. We have the fan, MSI's Torx Fan 2.0, which is their branding for it. It is a fan. It's got this dispersion fan blade where a bit of the fan is in glossy plastic and I think shaped a little differently rather than in rough plastic. So, okay. Mastery of aerodynamics. So it's got a heatsink on it, and they've done some engineering to the heatsink. I think that's what that means roughly. And we've got your back. So, it's a pun. They're doing a pun. It's got a back plate on it. So it's got a sheet of aluminium, I suppose, along the back of the graphics card, and that strengthens it. What have we got here? We have GeForce Experience. So this is some NVIDIA software features that all of their graphics cards get. So I'm not going to read the points out to you. You can read those on the screen. We see Ansel mentioned again. Game ready drivers. So that is something where NVIDIA work with some of the major games publishers, and they get drivers out timed alongside major game releases that give you better performance in those games, and also, frankly, that make sure that the games actually work on their graphics cards, which is sometimes a challenge. NVIDIA highlights their automatically record your best gaming moments. Not something I've played with myself, I can't really say what that does. Let's move over to key features, make sure that you can get a read of that. So anything there that I haven't spoken about. G-Sync compatible, so that's adaptive refresh rate on monitors, so it means that the monitor only displays a new frame when the GPU is actually drawn on. Vulkan is mentioned here as well. Vulkan is a bit like OpenGL, it's more open API, it's very low level is Vulkan, so in theory if you do the work you can get higher performance with Vulkan. DisplayPort 1.4 and HDMI 2.0B, so those are your display interfaces. HDCP 2.2, now that I don't like very much. So HDCP is a form of digital rights management where basically if it's playing a video, that video is actually encrypted even when it's on your own system, in case you're a filthy pirate who might try and make an unauthorized copy of that video. This has not been effective in stopping piracy, but it has been effective in causing compatibility problems. VR ready, that just means it performs well enough that for a virtual reality game, if you've got a VR headset, it will give you a reasonably good experience. An NVIDIA GPU boost there, that means that basically the clock speed that the card runs at is not actually fixed. It will vary depending on the situation, and it will try and run the clock a bit higher if it can to give you more performance. So we have our system requirements here. I'm not sure why it would need 8 GB of system memory. I'm pretty sure it would run fine on less. Now specifications there's no clock speed specified because, as mentioned before, there's GPU boost, the clock speed isn't fixed. Specifications and accessories vary by model, that's very helpful. We have various recycling marks along the bottom here in relation to the packaging. Printed with soy ink, really? Just pan over here, there's our copyright notices, and that is everything on this box. So this box is now archived, and I can throw it away and not feel bad about it.